Joe Maddon has been fired from his position as manager of the Los Angeles Angels. What's going on, everybody? John here from Locked On Angels with an emergency Locked On Now. Man, we felt like this was coming. We've been talking about it. It took 12 games before they finally decided to let Joe Maddon go. We've seen Perry Minasian make hard decisions like this in his tenure with Albert Pujols and Justin Upton, and now we have Joe Maddon being relieved of his duties as manager of the Halos. And I understand why it took 12 games. You can't just let somebody who's in such an important position like manager go. But I think 12 games is the straw that broke the camel's back. And Mike and I, for one, are happy to hear it because nothing's really changed. The Angels have gone through this 12-game losing streak, and you haven't seen much change in terms of the lineup. You haven't seen any different players be called up to try to get a spark going on this team. Joe Maddon's really kind of sat on his hands, and he honestly cost us a few games in this losing streak. We have had about 4 or 5 games that were one-run games, and just bad decisions, bad bullpen management. I think all of that has contributed to the fact that he is no longer with us. And honestly, it's Phil Nevin stepping in to be the interim manager, and that's going to be fine. I don't think that we should get our hopes up because we did see the Phillies let go of Joe Girardi and then they swept us. So if we don't win this game tonight, I mean, don't put the cart before the horse or the chickens before they hatch, because we need to wait and see how it's going to go and see if something changes with this team, whether that's a different lineup, whether that's some different pieces called up from AAA. Something's got to give, and hopefully the Angels make the decisions that they need to make and get a spark going with this team. You can't lose 12 in a row, not with this team, and that's what it came down to. You can't get snippy with reporters and say, well, what do you think? What do you think I should do? That's your job, Joe, and you can't be cute. Your cute shtick has run out, Joe Maddon, and it's time for us to get back to our winning ways. Look, we didn't have very high expectations for this team coming into the season. Some of us thought wild card, some of us thought 82-80, right? And I think that the Angels surprised us at the beginning of this season. And now that the tension and the urgency to be good has worn off because they've lost these 12 games, maybe they can relax a little bit. Maybe they can breathe a little bit. And perhaps they can have a chance to start getting back to their winning ways. We're not out of it. We're still in that wild card hunt. I know that the AL West is the Wild West right now, and the Astros kind of own the division, but it's early June, and you can't sit on your hands like Joe Maddon was doing. I know this went a little bit long, but just know that I'm going to hop on Locked On MLB with Paul Francis Sullivan, and then Mike and I are also going to be talking about this, of course, in our very first segment on Locked On Angels. So find us wherever you get your podcasts, or find us on YouTube, and we'll talk all about it tomorrow.